Hey guys, it's Kage. Welcome to Friday, January 17th, week 16 of the Transgender Project. This week, our topic is emotional changes, and it's a topic that really hits home for me because I have had a lot of just everything going on in my transition. I'm sorry you guys don't know me better, but yeah, so I'm just going to dive into it. So the first part of the question is, what changes have you noticed since starting hormones? Um, okay, so mostly my biggest changes emotionally are that prior to hormones, I was very not emotional, but easily swayed with my emotions. I guess I'll clarify on that. For instance, somebody could make me very angry very quickly. My irritability level was usually constant. Um, just every little thing could set me off. Not that I'm like an angry person or ever have been an angry person. It was more of, I was less tolerant of a lot of things. I didn't really want to talk about my transition. I didn't really want to do anything, relying on that. Now, I guess what I can say now, I've noticed that my irritability level is only higher when I'm, near the end of my shot cycle. Like, I take my shot every 10 days. So, whenever I'm getting around, like, day number 7, 8, I'm starting to feel like the peak of the testosterone. And once I get to, like, day 9, I know that I'm going to need to take my shot soon. And by day 10, I can already tell that I should be, injecting. So I guess that's like one of the biggest changes I've noticed. Another thing I've noticed is that um, it's a lot easier for me. It was a lot easier to me before transition to articulate how I feel, and it's difficult for me now. Sometimes I really have to sit and think for a while before I make any sort of comment on anything. Okay, the next part of the question is, what changes did you expect to happen before you started hormones, and did any of these emotional changes happen, or was everything new? Um, well, I was expecting, of course, um, from reading a lot of stuff. Hi, Wicket. Hi, this is my dog, Wicket. Say hi, everybody. Hello, YouTube. Hi. Okay. Anyway, hijacked by the dog. Sorry. Um, the changes that I expected from a lot of media and whatnot was seeing a lot of people saying about roid rage. And I firmly believe, and I've always believed that hormones do not bring out anything that you don't already have within you. So if you already have a potential to get confrontational or angry easily or what have you, that's not going to just go away because you're on hormones. Sometimes maybe, but in my experience, it just amplifies it. Um, so that's that. But I was expecting that I would be hungry a lot. Um, that kind of stuff. I was expecting that I would be um, angry. I expected to be maybe a little more concerned with sex, that typical, like stereotypical male things that our society kind of, you know, embeds um, in our nature, and not even embeds, but personifies and solidifies the existence of, definitely. So I guess that was really the biggest thing, was I expected to be angry a lot, or to have problems communicating my feelings. And I've noticed that it depends on who I'm with. If I'm comfortable with somebody, I can communicate my feelings rather well. But obviously, if I'm not, then it can be kind of an issue for me. All right. Next part of the question: how do you handle these changes? Well, I know, like at work, for instance, I work in a salon that's basically a giant bubble surrounded by windows, and I work with several women. Um, I've noticed that if for some reason I'm not on my shot cycle, and of course, they're on their, menstrual cycle, I can tell the difference of the energy in the room, and I can tell when it's affecting me. Like, for instance, I was off of tea for about 3 months in the spring last year because of financial problems. I'm back now, so that's okay. But during that 3 months, it was like hell. It was like I was detransitioning, almost like I was like de evolving. So I didn't feel powerful anymore. I didn't feel um, emotionally stable. I just felt really uncomfortable as I started to revert backwards. And, I had a friend actually tell me that she could see, physically, like, see the girl brain, as she called it, coming back for me. So, I mean, there's that. Of course, this wasn't something that I actually, realized myself. It took somebody else, noticing it for me to, um, actively do something about it. That was when I really realized that, okay, I need to buckle down and save some money, and I need to get my tea back. Um, I didn't expect to be as dependent on it or to notice it as much, but I guess I'm not really angry about it. Okay, the last actual part of the question is, what do you do to make sure you don't bust out in a rage? I guess I kind of answered that in my first. I don't I don't experience rage per se. It takes a lot to really upset me. Um, I used to be the kind of person that when I was upset, I would kind of bottle it in and never bring it up. Now, since hormones, I'm easily upset about things that have always upset me. Like, just little things like people being ignorant to something, um, or asking rude questions, about my transition. I'm all for educating people, don't get me wrong, but if the question is posed by someone I'm not comfortable with or in a way um, that's not conducive to learning, usually I can get like pretty um, offended, but I don't always. I know when to pick my battles, basically. If I know that something's annoying me, I know to change the topic. I know to express that to the person um, in the nicest way possible so as not to cause, other conflict. Um, there was a lady that came in the salon during Christmas time that basically was upset about one of our policies that she wasn't following. And being the manager, I, of course, had to be the bearer of bad news that, we couldn't accept her dog. And she put her finger in my face and told me that I was an idiot in front of a room full of people and all of my associates. Not only was I dumbfounded by the complete lack of humanity and the absolute, unneeded nature of that whole exchange, um, I was so upset that I was shaking. Usually, shaking, my head gets hot. I don't have any hair, of course, so I can, feel the sweat coming through my pores like really bad on my head, and it's usually the first sign, first physical sign for me that I'm getting upset. The irritation just builds, and I remember like my hands were shaking. I was so upset, and I just couldn't deal. And all I did was step away for a moment, um, take a deep breath, and kind of have my mind just let go of it. I find that, if I just release the negative energy for me, just release it into the ether, I feel so much better. Um, Another thing I guess I've done to help myself not become an angry demon monster, I guess, is meditation. I do a lot of meditation. Nothing formal, but I do just sit sometimes and, let my thoughts come. Don't try to control them. Let them go. Just let them be. And I find that that's been really helpful for me. It's made it really easy for me to control, just control all my emotions and maintain an even keel. But I mean, I guess that's just me. It doesn't work for everybody. Everybody kind of has to find their own way. Sometimes when I'm feeling just really upset, I'll just turn on music. I love dubstep and electronic, so I just turn it on and listen to the beat. Sometimes I just go to the gym and just, walk it out, or just get on the elliptical and just run. Just run for no reason other than to, even myself out. Well, I think that's about it for me for emotional changes. I mean, I really haven't experienced too many of them. Well, I guess no. I guess I could talk about, like, I'm married, and I've noticed the difference between how my wife's brain works and how my brain works. She is one of those people that if something bothers her, she never says anything about it. And I guess I'm a little more irritated now by that, and it's not her fault. It's just how she operates. I guess I'm not confrontational, but I want to know what's wrong and actively, seek to fix whatever the problem is. So it's kind of changed our dynamic in that way. Whereas, it used to be we kind of made a decision on something based on like a consensus, but now it's more like if we're going to eat or something, for example, she'll be like, no, whatever you want. And I am kind of a picky eater, so it makes sense, but like that annoys me, and I'll be like, really? I chose last time. So, I mean, those little things, they don't set me off, but they're like little rock in your shoe, I guess. The more you get, the worse it is, but they're just annoying, and they jab a little bit, but they don't really like affect me too badly. But I guess really that's about it on emotional changes for me. I really don't have too awful many of them, but that could just be me. Maybe it's I'm not really noticing them now. March makes 4 years on testosterone for me, so the changes for me are not, they're more subtle than sudden these days. But yeah, that's it for Friday for me. Tune in next Friday for whatever our topic is on week 17. I'm pretty excited to watch everybody else's videos. I need some catching up. So, all right, take care. Thanks. Bye.